Assalamu alaikum guys. In this video we'll talk about Laravel API-tool-kit package, which uses for make our work easier and saves time when start writing a new feature by generating and even writing the specific codes for this feature. So let's start. First of all, to install this package, we will use this command here, but I already installed it on my machine. Here, Composer on my Laravel project, Composer JSON, as we can see here, I have installed it, the API-tool-kit. After that, I published the configuration files of this package, right? So here also we have this config file related to this package. Now let's start. First of all, they have a great feature called API generator, which generates anything related to the new models that you start implement. For example, we use this command for generating all of these data, model, controller, resources, even requests, update, and even the implement CRUD operation. So for example, I want to generate a new API for a new model called customer. I will say here, generate model, here, API generate, and my new model name will be customer. Here, by the way, in my folder, I have no model called customer or anything here in models, as we can see. So when I click enter, we see this prompt for generating default options. These default generators are here. So I will say yes. Okay, Y only. Then, okay, I want to also use a soft delete. And now all module has been created successfully. So if I go here, this package generated filters, controller, create request, update request, resources, model, and also migration, right? And also it wrote a new route here for customers, as we can see, as API resource in my API.php routes, and also generates test. If we open the controller here, all methods has been implemented: create, read, update, delete, and so on. And even if we open this create custom request form request here, now the only thing we need to do is implementing validations for basic CRUD validation. I don't think we start directly by implementing business logic. Most of features that we start implementing, the first step is always CRUD, so that saves a lot of time actually, right? Also in controllers, they uses resources, which is also generated by the filter here, custom resource. Also the only thing we need only to implementing the resource of this here. I will quickly implement or fill the migration of customers table. Then I will say, for example, name string, and I will migrate it, or it's a migrate. Now I have customers table. Also the implement factory by package also. I didn't generate anything. I want to say name here, a fake, and first name or name, for example. And I want to use a seeder also. Here I will say for customer factory generate count here 10. And if I open the customer model itself, here we have fillable, we must fill it name here. And now, for example, I will seed them by Tinker. So I will say customer factory account. I want to create 10 customers. Create. I may run composer dump here, composer dump autoload for autoloading the models. Now if I retry again, now I have 10 customers, right? Very easy in no time. Now I want to consume this route. They are API resource, so I will open sender client here. You may use Postman also. I want to say customers for my author.test /API/customers. This is unauthenticated. I think I must disable this middleware here. And then if I retry to access to this page again, I have an error related to soft deleted. So I must add a soft deletes column to my migration here. So I will say table here soft deletes. I will roll back here, artisan migration, roll back, and I will remigrate again. Let's refactor them, create new factory. Now I have the new customers. Then if I go and visit the page again, as we can see here, they are empty. Now open, so here I will say name this name for collection, and now visit again. As we can see, works easily, right? Let's implement, for example, for post or for creating. I will say here name required, and I will use post, send request, back to the request again. I will set it to true here, send again, the name field is required. So now I will say here name Ahmed, and here is the message that says response created is not exist. Here's the next feature of this package. They have also API response. If you don't want to use their package or their response here, you can implement our response, but I will use it here in my controller. Use response API. I will call it. If I back and recreate again, create it easily, right? So you can even override their response. The next feature here is related to filters actually, and by this command we can filter or generate a filter for a model that we want. So I will say here PHP artisan make filter and customer filter. Filter has been created here, and we must use filterable trait inside the model that we want. So I will go to customer here, and by default it's already used, and also it's defined here. Default filter is customer filter, and the allowed filter is name, for example, here. So if I go back in my endpoint, let's first close all of these, and here we can say name equal to Ahmed as get actually. As we can see here, I have 3 users with name Ahmed. Let's add random value. We don't have anything. See, by only using this method called inside customer controller, this dynamic paginate here, right? What if we use it without any filter here? It has pagination by default, but what if I want to fetch all records? We can say pagination equal to none, right? Fetches all data without pagination. It's also mentioned in the documentation, pagination here, this one, right? Set pagination to none if you want to fetch all data directly. Also, filters here has good features actually. Also includes sorts and includes for eager loading, and also relation search and column search for searching inside the model itself, but this relation search for searching with the relationship also. And even you can write your own custom filter inside the filter class, and here everything is well documented actually. Also they have date and time filters for timestamps columns, and also we can generate an action for single responsibility. And another feature here for media helper for uploading or deleting files, even by upload multiple files. Let's try it quickly here inside store. Just here I want to say media helper here, upload file, and here I will upload image, and I want to save it inside customers, and also options for renaming if we open this method here, and this parameter for overriding all the file already exists. So now I will say here image files. I will select an image here. What's the name of this? Was image. Now send as post. I will disable it also. recent again, created. If open my storage folder here, storage, app, customers, and here the file has been uploaded successfully. Also, they have enum, but actually it was a enum class. I contacted with the maintainer of the package and I told him to use the new PHP 8.1 enums, and yeah, that's it. Actually, it's a very good package for saving time and generating all necessary things that we want to do, or routines code that we want to write instead of writing it from scratch. You know, the most important factor is time actually while development. Yeah, and here, that's it actually. If you want this useful, support me by clicking on like, share, and subscribe. See you in next video.